Hey guys, it's KevyDog4. This video, yes, it's for the Week 11 predictions. It's up a week late. I apologize. I've been so busy. I did make these predictions last week before the game started, so they are completely accurate, but I did not have time to put together the presentation so that I could make the video. So I'm going to do it now so that way when Week 12 comes along, I will be able to have my stuff up on time, so I'm going to try and get better at keeping my videos more on time. So here are my Week 11 predictions. So the first game on Thursday night was New Orleans and Carolina. I picked New Orleans because even though their record is not the greatest, they have Drew Brees. Drew Brees has been spectacular this season. Carolina, as of late, they have been coming on a little bit, but New Orleans, to me, is still a much better team than their record says, so my pick was New Orleans. Arizona and Minnesota, these are two teams that have been struggling as of late. Arizona pretty much the whole season, compared to last year especially, and Minnesota for the last 4 weeks, loss. But 5 losses in a row after starting out undefeated for the first 5 weeks is kind of bizarre, so I picked Minnesota. Buffalo and Cincinnati. I picked Cincinnati because they haven't won in a while, but I feel like Buffalo is a team that they would be able to beat. I don't know what's up with them this year. I don't know why they've lost so many games. But I feel like Cincinnati is due, so my pick is Cincinnati. Chicago and the Giants. I picked the Giants because they're playing against the Bears, who have only won 2 games this season. The Giants have had a really good year, actually. I didn't notice until I looked at their record a couple of days ago. I looked at their record and I was just like, wow. I didn't realize how well they've been doing. So they've quietly been hanging up there in those standings, so I'm going to pick the Giants here. Pittsburgh and Cleveland, this game's easy. I'm just going to give it to the Steelers because the Browns are still completely defeated, no wins whatsoever. And Cleveland is not going to be able to get their first win against the Pittsburgh Steelers team if they can't beat the Miami Dolphins, if they can't beat the New York Jets. So Pittsburgh's not going to be that first team that Cleveland beats, so my pick is Pittsburgh. Tampa Bay versus Kansas City. My pick is Kansas City because they are consistently a better team than Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay off and on has really good and really bad weeks. Kansas City is typically riding along that upper half of the NFL. They've had a few weeks where they haven't pulled it out, but the team has been playing in a highly competitive division and winning, so I'm picking Kansas City, and they have the home turf. Baltimore and Dallas. My pick is the Cowboys. They have only lost 1 game this season, which was in Week 1. Baltimore is leading their division, but the division, they are hanging right around 500. No one in the division is really very good this year, so Dallas is my pick. Jacksonville versus Detroit. I'm picking the Lions. The Lions have had a really decent season this year. It's been quiet, and it's been unexpected, considering the Vikings and the Packers. You would think that the Vikings would be doing better, even though Teddy Bridgewater's out, but they went on a mid-season slide, and Green Bay, I don't know what's going on with them, but Detroit is leading their division. Jacksonville still only 2 wins this season. Typical Jacksonville over the course of as long as I can remember, pretty much. So Detroit's my pick. Better team, home field. Tennessee and Indianapolis. I picked Tennessee because last week, Week 10, they beat the Packers, and it was by a significant amount. If they can beat the Packers by that many points, they should be able to take out Indianapolis easy, so that's why I picked Tennessee. Miami versus Los Angeles. This was one of those games where it's close. You're not really sure who to pick, but I went with Los Angeles. They made a quarterback change this week. They tried out Jared Goff for the first time. So he was one of those deals where you don't know how he's going to perform. You don't know how he's going to react to playing his first NFL game. Miami, kind of low in the beginning of the year, but starting to climb on as the season goes on. Los Angeles they started out pretty much the opposite way. They started out with their wins early in the season, and since then they haven't won in a while, and that's why they made the quarterback change most likely. So my pick was the Rams because I feel like they're due to win, and the game's pretty evenly matched, and Los Angeles has the home turf advantage here, so that's why I picked Los Angeles. New England versus San Francisco. This is a game where Chris Hogan's out and Rob Gronkowski is out, but New England is still much stronger than San Francisco, even on the road. So my pick is New England here. Philadelphia and Seattle. Seattle is playing at home. Seattle's more experienced. They have Super Bowl experience. Carson Wentz is still a young quarterback, off and on, especially as the season's been going on. He started out strong, off and on lately, but Seattle has been consistently really, really good. So my pick was Seattle. Green Bay and Washington. This is one where people may have been surprised by my choice here, but I picked Washington because they have the home field. Green Bay has not been doing well lately. So Washington to me sounded like a game that they could win. So I picked them. And then Monday night's game, it was in Mexico City. It was Houston versus Oakland. My pick is Oakland here because they're at home, and they are leading a division, or they're up there in a division. They're hanging right in there with Kansas City. They're in a really competitive division, and to be winning so many games, to only have 2 losses up until week 11, that's really impressive. Houston is leading their division as well, but they're in a much lower division, so they don't have as much competition, and Oakland has just been solid, so that was why I picked Oakland. So the byes, there are 4 teams, Atlanta and Denver, and the Jets and San Diego. So thanks for watching this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. This could really help me to get more views on my videos. Comment what you searched and how you found my video. So whatever you searched in the search bar and how my video popped up, just let me know what you searched, so that way I can tag my videos accordingly, so that way people are able to find them. So make sure you do that. Make sure you also subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video.